When working with user entry HTML elements, such as an input element, we often want to display a component class property in the template and update that property when the user makes a change. This process requires two-way binding. To specify two-way binding in Angular, we use the ngModel directive. We enclose ngModel in square brackets to indicate property binding from the class property to the input element, and parentheses to indicate event binding to send a notification of the user entered data back to the class property. We assign this directive to a template expression. To help us remember which order to put the two sets of brackets, visualize a banana in a box. Square brackets for the box on the outside, and parentheses for the banana on the inside. Now let's give this a try. We are back in the editor and looking at the product list component and its associated template. Recall that we defined a filter by input box here and display the entered filter here. We'll later use the filter to filter our list of products. Let's start by adding a component class property for the list filter. This property is a string and will set a default initial value for filtering the list of products. We hard-code the filter string here, but you can imagine that we stored the user's last entered filter and use that as the default instead. With that, we can set up the two-way binding. On the input element, we draw a banana in a box, then specify the ngModel directive. We bind to the component class listFilter property. We want to display the list filter here, so we use interpolation. Recall that interpolation has no quotes. Now let's bring up the browser and see how it looks. When the page displays, we see cart as the default value. It is displayed here and here. If we modify the entry, notice that the displayed filter text is also updated. That's because we are using two-way binding. Notice that the list of products is not yet filtered. We'll do that in the next module. There is one more thing we do want to address now, and that is the data formatting. That price should really look like a price and show the appropriate currency symbol.